Hello everyone, welcome back to Blackjack. I'm Blackjack Gabbiani. Gonna be honest, I've got no horse in this race. I know both these games are popular. I've never played them. I know Netbug has. I've watched her play Fall Guys, and honestly, it seems like there's no real way to kill them. I've seen the fan animation someone did that was a big factor in popularizing this matchup, where like the one Fall Guy trips, but then there's an imposter, and I really don't know anything about how the imposters are built. I don't even know if shooting them into space kills them. Like, it's implied that it kills the crewmates, but not... I don't know if it kills the imposters. I don't know. All I know about these series is a couple times watching Netbug play Fall Guys and fandom osmosis, which is, of course, how I know about things like JoJo and all that other stuff. Persona 5, because I only played 3. You know, all that kind of stuff. Most of my knowledge about Sonic the Hedgehog... etc., etc., etc. Okay, so I don't really have a horse in this race. I haven't seen what Next Time is, but I saw someone listed Next Time on Death Battle and then put a spoiler, and I haven't read the spoiler, but it's short. So I'm assuming that, because someone said that in the reveal trailer for this matchup, the field... like the hillside they show is from Fire Emblem, so I thought maybe Next Time might be Lucina versus Grovyle, but it seemed too short to be that, so okay. Yeah, the sound effects.
The year was 2020.
Yes.
The long wait as we all experienced the most viral sensation in recent years. It was Among Us.
Fall Guys was the biggest news that year. He's Wiz
Well,
and I'm Boomstick.
And it's
Among
our job
Us,
to analyze
wasn't
the
that
weapons,
from, like,
armor, and skills
2018?
to find out who would win a death battle.
And then it just got really popular because some streamer played it. And
In the lonely dark of space, aboard a malfunctioning vessel, a peculiar crew of bean-shaped astronauts must work together to save their souls from a quiet demise.
Tons of stuff could go wrong.
This is
at
quite
any
the
moment,
blunder.
and it's up to these colorful clowns to fix it. Impressive, since their spacesuits don't seem to have any arms.
Oh, that's not actually a suit. That's just how they are.
Wait, what? Ew, why?
More on that later. The
Okay,
tasks they
all
undertake
right.
to save their ship.
okay, classification alien being. Height 3'6". So they're like a little more than half the height of the Fall Guys. 92 pounds. Comes in 18 marketable colors. They reproduce asexually. Power. Likes vents, lies, sussy bacas. Dislikes vents, lies, sussy bacas. Reportedly good friends with
It
Fall
requires
Guys.
varying
Okay.
degrees of difficulty and skill. It may not take much to reconnect some wires in the cafeteria, but it certainly does to clear asteroids when your ship is moving faster than light.
Oh, it is.
If that's not a suit, then why do they have a cafeteria when they don't have a mouth?
At any point, these creatures must draw from medical training, electrical skills, and mechanical know-how.
Okay, but it's total chaos. So
Hang on. I gotta see what that says.
Training, electrical skills, and mechanical know-how.
Okay, but it's total
It was red. No one chose red. What is happening?
chaos. So teamwork is key. They gotta spread out and trust that while they're all swiping cards, they have each other's backs. Right?
Well, success
Nah.
is always uncertain, as though fate has placed some external force
Paranoia.
that stands between this species and their survival.
There's an imposter among them. I mean, among us, but not us, though. Right, Wiz? Right?
For the 9th time, I'm not an imposter.
That's just what an imposter would say. They're shape-shifting aliens. They could
Though imposters can shapeshift, they do not appear to gain any unique abilities of creatures they impersonate. Now, I know there was something in the Fall Guys thing about how they can get unique abilities
be
that way.
anyone or any mad scientist in a lab coat.
The imposter threatens
Okay.
the
Crewmate. Engineer, noisemaker, scientist, engineer. Didn't mean to put that twice. Imposter, shapeshifter, shifts in other creatures. Phantom, vanishes, becoming invisible. Ghost, can affect the physical world. Guardian angel, defies death.
Pack and
Protects
pushes them
others?
towards
Yes.
extinction by any means necessary. Anything from damaging lights to wrecking the ship's reactor.
Which can be tricky to fix in time. Even though imposters are naturally skilled at crawling through the vents, the crewmates need special engineer training to do the same, so not all of them can McLean it up.
All while the imposters conceal their motivations and infiltrate the herd. The others always know something isn't right, and the imposters use that paranoia to motivate their prey into ejecting each other into space. Just for being kinda sus.
Yeah, Wiz is the imposter.
He does seem to know an awful lot about these aliens. And just to put it out there, it isn't me.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I was watching one of their not Desk of Death battles. One of their ones where they get together and talk. I don't remember what those are called right now. But like their podcast sort of thing. The woman who plays Jocelyn was on there. I didn't know this, but she was, if you've ever seen the live-action Zelda fan film where it's a Western fistful of rupees, she was Zelda in that. She also was apparently sick as a dog when she was filming it and threw up after one of the takes. Oh, gosh.
Have you ever heard him say sus?
No, what do you mean? Knowing a lot is literally my job.
Ear canals!
Ah, jeez, fix your mic, dummy.
I agree with the metal bowling ball.
Well, I knew the sussy baka from the start. And again, just to be very clear, it isn't me.
Same here.
Oh, come on. Anyone could be the imposter, Boomstick. It's completely random.
Random starts with R and so does... Oh, I know who it is. It's always the red one. Wait,
God.
But it isn't me.
Jocelyn's all, Ringmaster was an imposter. One
right.
imposter
There's
remains.
usually 2 imposters.
Dear God.
The imposters aren't just tricksters, they're also hunters, bloodhounds tracking and assassinating crewmates when they least expect it.
They'll snap their necks, stab them with a knife, shoot them
have
with
necks?
a desert eagle, or use their freaking tongues to impale
Don't
their
make fun of my
faces on
brother.
a gun right through the visor.
They may look like
that
they're wearing
Edgeworth's
spacesuits,
hair?
but that's not a visor. That is their actual face. Examining their cross-section reveals their insides always match the color of their
Yeah, so how would you snap their necks if they don't have a spinal column?
bodies, and that they are comprised of exactly one large bone, which must mean their ability to walk is entirely muscle-based. Their whole anatomy is one unsolvable mystery.
Ew! They've got human toes, buff arms for no reason, and can stretch like Mr. Fantastic? What are these freaky things?
No one knows. They don't even exist within the same realm of mortality as you or I.
Oh, no.
Even if one of them is killed or ejected into the lifeless void of space, they return as a ghost, invisible.
Okay, so
incorporeal.
they can die in space, but it's with I was gonna say metaphors. It's with quotation marks. Also, why does that one have Edgeworth hair?
Unable to communicate with the living, but nonetheless still among us.
Even beyond death, they can plot the demise of other crew.
Or become guardian angels for the living by literally shielding them.
That's gotta be one tough shield, because remember that Desert Eagle they holster? Apparently, that thing also fires a laser that can rip apart whole planets.
Why not?
Good God! To split this planet apart like that would need over 10 million tons of TNT.
A number so incomprehensible you'd
Okay,
have
who
to
were they?
multiply 1 billion by 1 billion. Twice.
More than enough to annihilate
Yike.
Earth over 160 million times.
Earth was
which
not an
seems like
imposter.
overkill for the space vampires they were fighting.
Right, the crew has crossed over.
Okay. A sharp tongue, gun, invisibility, knife, lasso, protective shield, shapeshifting, the skilled, crossover equipment, banana bomb, magic pencil, ninja stars, energy drink, tank, teleport, and wizard hat.
With a variety of other universes. Fortnite, Vampire Survivors, Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, the classics.
Including this Henry Stickmin guy. Apparently, he's a kleptomaniac with a surprisingly wide and wacky arsenal all the crew can have.
Desert Eagle-eyed crewmates will find Henry's weapons throughout the ship, like a banana bomb, a teleporter, a ninja star, and a magic pencil that can bring drawings to life.
These creepy
Okay, when I heard magic pencil, for some reason my mind went to Harold and the Purple Crayon. That's not it. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night.
Teletubbies can sketch whatever they want into existence, and they're suddenly
Why am I
everywhere I
getting-
look now. Where's these little trash can
Stop it.
people are freaking me out.
In a strange
Dismiss.
way, all of this makes sense for this fascinating species.
Okay, complete a card swipe on the first try. That gun destroyed entire planets. Pilot the dropship at light speed. Listen to 36 hours of music in 2020. The reason you know what sus is? No. I learned it from Yahtzee Croshaw. A McDonald's chicken nugget shaped like the crewmate sold for 90. Pippa, what are you doing? What are you doing?
In the face of insurmountable odds, something inside tells them to band together no matter what, to use all the tools available and try to survive again and again. On a ship, on strange planets, anywhere they may be, in spite of
bring a
anything
jacket.
that may be going on in the world. They either fix what's broken or face certain doom. But no matter what, they do it together.
Among together. Yeah. Ooh.
Hey y'all, this is Chad. If you don't know, I voice Boomstick. Here at 1 p.m. Central today, Sam and I are going to be playing...
It's going on right now. It's going on right now. But I don't want to watch it because I'll get
Welcome
spoiled.
to the bright, colorful world of the Blunderdome.
Oh yeah, during the preliminary one, Boomstick said, or like the character trailer, Boomstick said something highly scientifically inaccurate, and I am really surprised that Wiz didn't call him out on it. It made a comment about lemmings leaping to their doom, and that's not what happens. They cluster on cliff sides in such intense numbers that sometimes some of them just slip. And so then some filmmakers in like the 40s or 50s saw it, and they were like, well, we need some of them to fall, so they just pitched them off the cliff. It was ridiculous.
Natural habitat to these lovable little beings known as the Fall Guys, who race each other through fun playgrounds with nothing but clear skies above.
These lively obstacle courses showcase their inherent skills and abilities. As if drawn by natural instinct, they hurdle over
wish I had
barriers
shoes
together
that
and
just
pass
slurped
through
my foot
various
into them.
tests of strength, agility, and mental fortitude.
And it's pretty impressive considering how elaborate these bounce house courses get. How do these weebles wobble through it?
With a
Oh,
shocking
God.
level of
Okay, wait, half of my Wazowski stars in their own manga. Well, that happens with Among Us too. Yeah, they're 6 foot, potentially void sent. I don't know what that means. Hopefully they'll explain. Likes competition, costumes, the crown. Dislikes obstacles, pushing and losing.
parkour mastery that otherwise hasn't been seen since 2006. But honestly, not many of the beans make it, and only one can be crowned the winner before everything starts all over again.
Which
Yep.
makes for some very friendly
I hate
competition.
you.
Like survival of the fittest, but for a bunch of candy grimaces. They'll grab, shove, and slam into each other to make it out on top. Or even roll up into a ball and launch across the course. Self-preservation be damned.
And over time, the beans have evolved to higher
just
levels
go
of,
backwards,
let's call it imagination. The engineer Digi invented the creative device so the beans could start making and designing new obstacles and challenges for
I see.
themselves, as well as additional tools like wrecking balls, wind-up boxes for
There's the
punching
shoes
foes,
again, though.
and even translators that make their nonsensical language intelligible.
But even
I
at
see.
their best, they're still
So
just
they will be able to
flinging
understand
themselves
each
over
other.
these obstacles like a bunch of drunken lemmings.
This species
See, that's
seems
what
to
I mean.
have a
That's what I'm
biological urge to navigate these courses for one singular purpose. Get
Also, I think in the original it showed a clip from the quote-unquote documentary, so they at least replaced it with the video game characters that do that.
round.
I mean, if I could be king for a day, I'd push you off a cliff right now.
Yep.
Very funny. Get away from me.
Things in the Blunderdome.
Okay, Blast Balls, Creative Device, Fan Block, Punching Block, Resurrection. Resurrection is going to definitely overdo the Ghost. Size Alteration, Power Ups, Beanball, Party Crasher, Rubber Chicken, and Sneaky Bean. Crossover Equipment, Grappling Hook, Hadoken, Pac-Man, Power Sword, Pac-Man is an equipment, Proton Pack, TARDIS, and more. I know there's an Untitled Goose costume.
And get wild. We've
An
seen
Untitled
these
Goose
goobers
is
get smacked by giant
pretty much
pallets and
invulnerable.
fall into actual hot lava.
Fall
but
Guy
they
dressed
always
as
pop
a-
back up at the qualification stage later, completely unharmed somehow.
These remarkable creatures have demonstrated some dumbfounding
Is that the
durability,
Felix
such as
Baumgartner
getting struck
jump,
by
but
meteors.
restaged?
That's a hit anywhere from 18 tons of TNT to 15 kilotons. But they still get right back up to Rube Goldberg themselves straight through another obstacle course.
On top of that, they were hit with the Big Bang and came out the other side completely fine. Whoa, wait,
Yeah.
what? Did I just say
that's-
the Big Bang?
that's
Why
much
do we
higher
stick
than the
the
power to
meteor? Who
destroy
cares? Their suits
hundreds
are
of Earths.
basically indestructible.
Boomstick, I hate to tell you this.
No,
Those aren't really...
don't say it.
Those aren't actually suits. That's their skin.
Oh man, people were getting
Oh,
weird back
man.
in 2020. Didn't they have better things to do?
With only arms, legs, and
There's-
eyes, there
that's
must be some
fantastic
genetic
meme,
mechanism inside
Isabella
the
Doob
beings
guy.
that causes them to be self-sustaining. Though after some dissection, it's unclear. This is an official image, by the way.
I don't know what's more upsetting, that skeleton or the fact that these jelly beans
Okay, let's note about the mysterious life forms that suddenly appeared in the gold saucer. Oh god, they're in Final Fantasy XIV. Apart from the fact that they love to race, and the specimen has apparently decided it wants to race you without end. Rumor has it underneath its rotund exterior is a skeleton that looks like a nightmarish amalgam of man and bird, but there's no ready way to determine the truth. Oh god.
are 6 friggin' feet tall.
Imagine bumping into this thing in a dark alleyway. No, thank you.
So, this means when you start the game, you're just flat out naked? Just swinging away, beans in the wind.
Strange such nakedness would be allowed, considering what's actually happening is the Fall Guys are contestants in a non-stop 24/7 game show, the ultimate knockout. Yeah, that's what's actually happening here. So what might be misconstrued as some sort of migration cycle is really a brutal, never-ending gauntlet that takes advantage of their tunnel vision.
So,
Nice.
it's like the Truman Show mixed with Wipeout and Naked and Afraid. What happened to them being just colorful cartoon beans?
And they survive.
Ran through innumerable obstacle courses, stretched beyond the observable universe, lit up an entire constellation, survived lava, atmospheric re-entry, and the Big Bang. Ooh. Crossed over with dozens of other IPs. I love how that's listed as a feat. Won 5 crowns in a row. Trust it's harder than it seems.
To keep playing the game no matter what. The game makers have said that when the beans fall to their death, they feel a moment of displacement, serenity, zen-like detachment from all worldly and physical bonds.
That's very
Then they pop back
nudged.
onto the podium to celebrate their achievements. That's an official quote.
What you're seeing when you respond is the same Fall Guy. So the more you play, the more you've been through together. You put that Fall Guy through a lot, you know. Make sure you thank them by buying them a new outfit once in a while.
They've also said they're strong enough
Fall Guys can pick each other up, and they're tall as a tall human. Could they tear a human in half? If you're standing between it and a crown, potentially, it wouldn't want to.
rip someone in half and can stretch their bodies so far they pass beyond the observable
It's
universe.
Nubby Nubby Boy.
Oh God, the Twitter feats.
Oh yeah! January 18th, 2022, 9:14 a.m. The Fall Guy stretched so far he exited the universe as we know it, and
Darkness
then he
envelops
kept
our being.
going.
Speaking of
Existence is a
universes, the Fall Guys have seen dozens of guest stars from other stories and have learned from their cultures, like flying around in the TARDIS.
Fall Guys have undergone many crossovers. This analysis only includes relevant abilities and equipment they have clearly shown they can use or interacted with for scaling
Of
purposes.
Doctor Who fame, wielding He-Man's power sword, launching Ryu's iconic Hadouken, or even just becoming Pac-Man. They just become Pac-Man. They're Pac-Man now.
Wiz, I know we've seen some crazy things on the show, but these 6 feet tall jelly bean monsters eat food through their feet. What are we about to rot upon the world? Is this cute and colorful reality an endless void of darkness and despair?
Yes.
Revelations of disturbances too catastrophic for the human mind to process? A vicious cycle on this blue marble surrounded by mouthless, dead-eyed fiends.
Pretty much.
Ah, cool, let's see him fight. Whiz!
Hey.
Marvel play
Birds so easy we can snap
dot
Okay.
abilities. All right, the combatants are.
Okay, well, it seems like the imposters are the superior fighters, but it also seems like the Fall Guys are literally indestructible and cannot die. So they're just going to win the war of attrition. So I'm betting the Fall Guys.
Are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
I think those mangas both ran in Koro Koro, didn't they? There are imposters among us. It doesn't say how many. Doing the two up there hugging each other. Okay, light blue is an imposter. Reactor meltdown in 4, 3, 2. All right then. Everyone was ejected. Oh no. They're two-dimensional? So it's just gonna end up with one of each then? Oh no! I kind of thought we'd have to see them solve more puzzles though. Oh! Okay, what does the crown do? Oh no! Oh! Banana bomb. Stretchy power, yeah. Oh, teleportation. They're all back in the game. Oh, golly. Well, they have the power. There's the constellation back there. I'll have to check later if it was the constellation, the Norris Sanshiro one. Stretch! Stretch! King Alien reigns. They just hate losing that much, huh?
Oh, when's the next episode? This is my new favorite show. Move over, chimp crazy.
We broke this down into 3 categories. Offense.
Hang on, I want to... Okay, 1647. I want to go back and see if that was, in fact, the same constellation. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Hey. Okay. I think it was at this point. Maybe it was a little before this? I don't. No, it had to have been before this. Maybe. I don't remember exactly when it was. It was when it. What is it at this point? I don't recall. No. Huh. That's weird. I swear I saw, like, the very distinct outlined constellation. I know, this is probably boring, and there's probably a whole bunch of people who have already reported on it. Yeah, because it was already...
Crazy.
There we go.
Broke this down
Okay,
into 3
well,
categories:
I can't find it.
Offense, defense, and the bizarre.
The
Let's start
Bazaar,
with
yes.
I mean, the bogus Among Us could blow up planets, not to mention moving faster than light to hit all those planets in one shot.
Yeah.
It's kinda out there, but no Fall Guy has ever done anything like that. The crewmates clearly get the edge in offense.
Though that
Yeah.
impressive power matters less when we look at defense.
It's crazy how much
Yeah.
damage the Fall Guys can walk off. They survived anything their course threw at them.
Among Us crossed over with Fortnite, but only appeared as back blings, which can interact with the Big Bang event and can't directly scale. What is back bling?
Took hits from
Like,
meteors, and most
bling
importantly,
for your
survived the Big Bang. You know, the explosion that blew the whole frickin' universe into existence? Easy edge for the bumbling beans.
We can even go a step further. Both of these creatures have demonstrated various forms of invulnerability and death negation. Like
Yeah,
how
yeah.
the Fall Guys could always pop back up for another round, or how the crewmates became ghosts when they die. However, only the Fall Guys had a viable counter. Only the Fall Guys could ensure that their foe stays dead.
Pac-Man, they can become Pac-Man. You know, eats
He
goes.
got eliminated pretty easily,
Brilliant.
though, didn't
Which
he?
leads us to the truly bizarre stuff about both of these beanie freaks.
They could both stretch their bodies to absurd lengths, but only the Fall Guys stretch beyond the observable universe in a matter of minutes. In fact, if we take these
Okay, Among Us once tweeted that they are as big as the universe is still less impressive than Fall Guys' Big Bang feat, and their tweets in which they transcend the entire universe.
literally, that would mean the Fall Guys can stretch at speeds over a quadrillion times faster than light.
I don't know, Wiz. That feels like a bit of a stretch. Wink.
The crewmates did have plenty
Okay, while Among Us did have access to some of Henry Stickmin's gadgets, the majority of them tend to backfire.
of
I see.
answers to the Fall Guys' hijinks, like a magic pencil sword to fight off He-Man's power sword, or how they could potentially hack.
The imposter sabotage ability can stop the creative device for a time, but sabotage has never made a device immediately irreparable.
Digi's
Or
creations.
irreparable.
But the overwhelming amount of stuff that the Fall Guys have access to just dwarfs the Among
Okay. Among Us, gun and other weapons, specialized skills. Nonsensical biology is an equal, prone to paranoia and betrayal, and small bean. Fall Guys, big bean, made of tougher stuff. Actual Ghostbusters, terrifying biology, and tunnel vision. Yeah.
Us crew's arsenal.
only care
I mean,
about the crowd.
Hadoukens, TARDIS, just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, the spaceship crew had a few deadlier weapons among them, but the Fallen Guys had too many options that could not be countered.
The crewmates may have been cunning and dangerous, but the one-track-minded Fall Guys just wouldn't go down.
Making sure the losers of this fight were no longer among us.
Oh no, we never found the second imposter!
Ah, damn it, I knew that stupid robot was sus.
So embarrassing.
The winner is the Fall Guys.
I go, Jocelyn
And me.
gets to do it, and she's the only one left.
Next time on Death Battle.
Oh, okay, all right, we're doing this now. I saw the trailer they did for
Subscribe
this.
and join as a member to see more Death Battle.
All
Thanks
right.
for watching.
All
Hope you
right.
enjoyed the episode, but the battle's not over because Sam and I are going head to head in Fall Guys, maybe some Among Us, live on the
Let's
Death.
see, actually, it's still going live as there we go.
The views that
Yeah.
you guys see right now are not true. The back end does.
Yeah, they're
better
playing
job
that right
telling you.
now.
So currently it's over here at
However,
312,000.
I will switch to this view. That was fun. I did, like I said, kind of think it was a little foregone conclusion. The imposters couldn't levy the same sort of, even the power to destroy a planet pales in comparison to the power to survive the Big Bang. So yeah, hang on a second. Okay, I think this is the frame that made me think that it had that the Norris versus Sanshiro constellation. I think that's it. I remember it was before the planet destroying gun, because I remember thinking, oh man, that's going to do a number on the constellation, even though it's so far away. Like I said, I haven't had much sleep. I never get much sleep. That's why I like spaced during some of these. It's also why I haven't been making a whole lot of content that involves thought lately. I'm gonna get serious with you guys for a minute. Sometimes recording gives me such high anxiety. I've had such bad experiences in the past. Like I've had, like, Thor versus Wonder Woman. You couldn't hear a damn thing I was saying. Thor versus Vegeta. My audio cut out halfway, and even though I had over 100 views, no one ever told me. I had to learn that by watching it again. I gave up live streaming because I was getting so anxious if no one was there. And then even my offline, the recordings I just make on my own, like, I haven't finished Pokemon Violet. I still want to do Perrin's and Ryfort's quests. Ryfort's been waiting in the school library for 2 years now. Watching me plotting. And it's been more than a year since I haven't even played Tears of the Kingdom since I stopped recording that. 122 episodes and I just stopped. Link is still standing on the shoreline where I left him. I haven't even gone to do, run around in the depths or anything like that. At least with Violet, I'm running around doing, like, mass outbreaks and stuff. But, and it hampers my ability to do voice acting, too, because it's like everything I do has to be... there's just so much technical stuff that can go wrong. And, like, the other day, I was trying to make coffee. My parents' coffee machine, right? It was working earlier in the day. And I used it the same way I have always done. I just fill it with water, turn a little knob. Except the water didn't come out. So I turned it off, turned the little knob again, and something in the back exploded. So, my mom saw it. She said that I was using it correctly. It'd be pretty weird if I didn't know how to use a coffee machine. Especially one that I've used thousands, well, not thousands, but maybe hundreds of times before. But, I do sewing. I've shown some of the things I've made, but the sewing machine doesn't behave a lot of the time. It comes unthreaded. It gets jammed. The needle was put in backwards at one point, and I still don't understand how that could have happened, because I had just made that Blissey costume that I showed you, but then I went to go make a cat toy and somehow it didn't work all of a sudden. So, like, tech stuff, and I just kind of see, if I knew how to edit, I'd just take this part out and make it its own video, but too late now. So anyway, next time should be interesting. I've watched a few playthroughs of Asura's Wrath. How does a game about the angriest man in the universe make you cry like a little baby? Oh my gosh. Apparently the girl, the one who looks like Mithra, has a name, but I don't remember what it was. I think it's like Henri or something. Because I know she introduces herself at one point, but it's brief, and then she's just referred to as the girl from then on out. The kid she's watching, I don't know if that's her child or her little brother or just some little kid she's taking care of or whatever, but I don't think he ever gets a name. Gosh. I would love to see Asura in Street Fighter. The true ending where everyone's like reborn as humans would give the perfect opportunity. Like the meteor reawakens his memories of his past life as a demigod, something like that. Like I said, I'm just kind of wandering through the day today. In fact, I gotta go with Mom to look for new coffee makers. They got sales right now, so why not? Okay, so I'm gonna go. Like I said, this battle kind of came down to the factors I thought it would come down to. So that's nice. That's a nice little boost, I suppose. Okay, until next time, I'm Blackjack Gabbiani, and you have probably gotten a lot more sleep than I have.